Jerry Jones essentially running the whole league.
What I'm hearing then, we have two questions here. Do you think it's legitimate for Jerry to try to block Sarah? And also, would a change at commissioner be good for the league?
Well, first of all, I don't think it's legitimate grounds for a lawsuit. He might be doing what he's been doing this past half season or so, which is to say that he wants him out and to try to appeal to other owners that he hasn't handled major issues like domestic violence, CTE, protests during the anthem correctly. That's not grounds for a lawsuit, though. There has been given permission to the compensation committee that they have the power within their own committee to approve a re-upping of his contract, and they seem very close to doing that. The problem with what Jerry Jones is doing is not only is he going rogue for his own benefit because it's now affecting Ezekiel Elliott, while all the other owners have watched him sit back and be okay with it when it was happening in other cities, but also when you sue the NFL, which is what he's threatening to do by bringing in boys, you're suing the other owners. So not only is he taking it into his own hands to fight this battle against Goodell for his own interests, but he's trying to take it out against other owners. This has already been an incredibly litigious season for the NFL. This is a terrible look for them. And if you're another owner that believes that Goodell at least will work well in the CBA or at least is worth renewing, not only are you not on board with Jerry Jones and trying to replace him, but you're certainly not on board with him bringing even more bad PR to the league by going off on his own fight against Ezekiel Elliott.
If it is about Ezekiel Elliott, that's one thing, right? And if it's how players are punished, that's another thing. But it's also the phrase you hear bandied about is negative economic impact, because that's the impact of TV ratings, the impact of the protests, the Papa John's gambit, whatever Jones might be playing off there. How much of that falls at the feet of Goodell, do you think, Israel?
I don't think that much of it does. I mean, look, in terms of what the ratings are and the loss of money, you could pinpoint that on any number of things. It's very convenient to pinpoint it on the protests that are happening during the anthem. But I do think that if you sort of make a change here, if you make a sweeping change at the top, then you're saying that none of that was working. You need to sort of clear the deck and start over. I think Roger Goodell is still trying to prove that his way is and will be working. It's just there's other factors going in here, like the protests, which, again, have taken overall the headline.
Sarah, you want to answer that? The downturn the NFL seen over the last 8 years, I think, is where you kind of cut it off. How much is that at the feet of Goodell?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. We've all liked to sit back and say, oh, well, they've made tons of money under Goodell, but anybody could have done that. It's a great product. Now that it's not doing as well, all the blame is going to Goodell. Domestic violence, concussions, and CTE, protests during the anthem, these are not easy things to handle. The idea that anybody else would be in there and these would not be problems is foolhardy. And so I guess the question is, do you feel like you know somebody that can come in, take the bullets for you, do the CBA, and handle these major issues that are problematic on much larger levels than just the NFL? I don't know if they know someone.
Well, I also think that these owners are hearing from their fans and the sponsors about the protests during the anthem, and they want it to fall on Goodell, and they're wondering why haven't you done anything? We're still in year 2 of this, and we're the ones that are catching a lot of heat. I think that's what bothers the owners the most.
We've been warned, we'll move on. Let's talk football. An actual game. Tonight, Seahawks at Cardinals. Doing this from the Seattle side, the secret of the Ooze side. They had 4 straight wins versus the easiest schedule statistically in the